This is
It's
not
physically impossible
this
to
is
put up a keyboard up
physically
here.
impossible. My butt. Look at
It's physically
this thing.
impossible. There's no way. Unless you
This
get
is
one of
not
those that's
made.
pulled up.
This is not. I can't pull that far because of the damn cord's not that well.
I
Either
know,
that
it's
or
still, that's what my point. It's still impossible.
I don't know how. Dude, you know what else I heard? I saw someone who played the original Castlevania NES on a fucking keyboard.
Yep, it's nuts. I don't know how they
Fuck
do
that
it.
shit. You need a control. See, this is what you use. You use one of these.
I
know
have.
it's a
Well, I have
PS3
an
controller, but
Xbox
I made it
controller
work.
for it. Now I have a PlayStation 4 controller downstairs too.
See? Yeah, it works a
Because
lot better, don't it?
Yeah, it does feel a lot better. But anyway, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Welcome. We got another Cuphead top 5 list. We got 2 lists actually tonight. Top 5 overall favorite Cuphead bosses, and then top 5 hardest boss phases.
Now, the hardest boss phases, this is inspired by whoa, what the fuck? This is inspired by a fucking hysterical YouTube channel who's a huge fan of like Dark Souls, other type of hard games, and of course Cuphead. And he's got some wacky videos, but they're so funny. His name is Magic Cat.
Yep.
You know, Magic or Magic, and then CAT at the end. Yeah, Magic Cat. This guy, you guys see his videos.
They're pretty funny.
Fucking hysterical. I love them.
They are great.
Yep. Check them out.
We just did one today where it's top 10 Cuphead butts.
Because someone mentioned it in the comments, like, "Hey, do the butts," and he's like, asking me. He also did the noses and the sounds. The sounds is fucking hysterical. It's
pretty amazing to say the least. And then also, folks, I got this.
That is awesome.
This is amazing. This is a collectible vinyl record Cuphead limited edition. I haven't opened it yet. It's a collectible, but this is amazing. I am so happy I got this. This is a very good collectible. 4 limited edition deluxe vinyl soundtrack. It has album art, everything. It's amazing.
Oh, Alex Thunder. All right. Yes. Also, I got some good news. One of the brothers.
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen here, brother. One of the brothers, he mentions that for folks who love Cuphead, there will be more Cuphead in the future.
Yay!
Just
me.
Yep, and I'm just working on. Oh, by the way, what was the bet again? If you S-ranked all of the Cuphead bosses,
S-ranked all the bosses.
Because you
have to watch this video. It's a video. It's like similar to the Cultaholics Matt Hardy 10-hour laugh challenge, but it's only 1 hour. But it's an hour-long video of the Cat in the Hat from the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat video laughing. Does your fucking face?
Lucas, you little shit. Wait, Alex. Now, is this a list of your favorite Cuphead bosses or your overall? Shut up, Alex, you fucking dickhead. I knew he was going to say that. I fucking knew it. Goddamn troll.
Sorry, going off to a great start.
Oh, dude, I was sending him sound bites because, you know, I can record with my camera. I just pointed to the dark and I'd be saying these sayings that makes him laugh. And I was just like, you got 2 fucking hours. Jesus. What was his name? Because he said that when he got pissed.
But yeah, that's going to be a video, and it's amazing.
Let's get into more Cuphead.
Yeah, Cuphead.
I love Cuphead. One of my favorite games ever.
Let's go over the hardest boss phases first.
Okay. Now, you're going to go by regular and
expert, because I played regular with keyboard and expert regular controller.
Okay. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I do not have any honorable mentions.
I actually have a couple, and you're going to be like, really? Just
all right.
These are going to be surprising. Now these are all on expert, by the way, and I know last time I did my top 5 hardest, I would have taken out Carla Maria, put Honey Bottoms at 5, and Wally Warbles at 4.
Yeah, Wally Warbles.
Wally Warbles.
I don't want Gary to say that so
Oh,
bad.
he says it in the video, and he couldn't even say it. He was fucking. Oh, he was laughing so hard. Okay, phase 1 and 3 of Grim Max Stick.
Oh, Grim 1, phase 1. I'm really surprised that's not on your top 5.
You don't know why? Because I was playing it more. I'm just like, oh, okay. And phase 3, what does it? Okay, you know how you know when you're moving towards him in phase 3, rather than he have to keep jumping. You know what makes it somewhat harder? The fireballs fly in faster. Okay, they fly in faster, and they almost like home to your direction, and you're shooting at the same time. And when you hit a fireball, what happens? It separates into 4. That's the biggest motherfuckers of motherfuckers. 1 and 3.
Well,
Also,
phase 3 is much shorter than it is in regular mode.
Yeah, there's a reason why, because the fireballs are way more lethal in Expert.
True.
Also, phase 1 of Carla Maria.
No.
Why?
Why it's not
dude, RNG. When I try to speed run on her, because I'm trying to do some speed runs, like my best time is like 1:40 something, or really good. What gets me fucking hit almost every time? When she launches the fucking pufferfish, Gary, pufferfish. When she does the pufferfish, and either when those pufferfish raise up, and when she spits out the ghosts or the other ones in a combination, that hits me almost every fucking time. Especially if there's 3 and 3, when they rise up. But if you have the whetstone, you can axe them out. But if you want a faster time, use the coffee. Why? You want to deal out as much damage as possible.
Exactly.
And the coffee does help. Especially when you're dealing damage. When you do it alone, not really, but when you deal damage, it actually helps. So those are my honorable mentions.
Nice.
And I'm just going to let you know, no King Dice. Right now, you look like a secretary for Monsters, Inc. right there. I remember I did that post.
Well, I will have this here. He's not on my expert. Well, he's honorable mention on my expert list, but he's not on my main list because I found 5 that are hard on my expert list.
All right.
So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead.
Oh, so I go first.
Yep, you'll go first, and I'll go through mine.
And by the way, Shane unfortunately wasn't able to join us. He's got like I say, the poor fucker is always working, man.
Yeah, he's working a lot.
Shout out to Shadow Mac. Okay,
good pimp.
So I've been playing a lot, and my list is perfect. So here we go. My number 5. I love this boss battle, but goddamn is the last phase on expert mode. Man, it makes you never want to gamble ever again. The fucking the slot machine, the jackpot round, phase 3 and Ribian Croaks.
Ooh.
Okay. Now the first phase, the first 2 phases I actually got used to. They're not bad. The third phase, you know what is the biggest motherfucker aside from the 3 slots? The goddamn coins. They come at you so fast. It's like in medium mode, it's like boop, boop.
Exactly.
In hard mode, it's like this. Boop, 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 boop. I'm like, God damn it, enough!
Exactly. You want to know something? That's actually my number 5 on my expert list.
I'm glad because, you know what the worst phase is, and it's not the jumping pads or the bouncy balls. It's the bison.
Yep.
That is the worst one on expert because it's RNG. It's completely fucking random. Exactly. And by the way, I learned this when you look at the slot machines. You know how there's 3 bulls and then 3 tigers and something else. Oh, and then 3 snakes.
Yep.
That is a reference to Street Fighter.
That is.
The bison, the tiger uppercuts the guy, and I think it's Vega with the. Yep. So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, that is a motherfucker. And the coin, fuck them goddamn coins.
Fuck the coins. The coins have really almost like fuck.
Oh, they're brutal.
They are brutal. And I will say there is one easy part. If you get 2 snakes, you're in pretty good shape.
Okay, you can. Okay, the best weapon to use against him, the roundabout. Yep. I don't use the charge because the charge is good, but you deal more damage per second with the roundabout.
Exactly. And no, we're not talking about the band, Gary.
Oh, if he's in here, watch. I know he's gonna fucking say something. That son of a bitch. But yeah, that and you can deal him in like a 2-rounder. He's like, you know, in 2 slot rounds. That's how I was able to get a minute 34 on the S rank. That's my best time.
That's pretty awesome, though.
So yeah, the fucking jackpot round. So what is on regular? I'm kind of curious.
For regular, my number 5 hardest, because parrying is an absolute bitch, is King Dice's fight. So King parrying on keyboard is fucking impossible. It's fucking impossible on regular.
Well, no kidding. You're using the goddamn keyboard.
It's like,
dude, folks, I can barely beat Glass Joe on keyboard.
Try playing King Dice on keyboard. Yeah, Jerome's like,
I'd rather use a fucking Atari controller.
They'd be like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that freaking video. But anyway, King Dice parrying on keyboard is freaking impossible. And like the rest of the bosses weren't bad, but King Dice himself was fucking impossible on keyboard. That took me the most time to beat out any boss.
You know what felt impossible? Beating all 9 bosses and King Dice and getting the S rank.
That's insane.
And I have done it without getting hit once. I only done it once. I took photos of it.
Yeah. I can imagine how impossible that is.
Oh my god, dude. That was the longest S rank it took me. It was longer than Jimmy the Great. And it was like Jimmy the Great and the Devil put together. That's how long it fucking took me.
With that being said, though, that's why on regular, that's my number 5 hardest phase. And then Ribby and Croaks' phase 3 is my number 5 on there.
I agree. All right. Number 4. This boss battle isn't too bad, but there is one phase that is a motherfucker. Oh my god. You want to know okay, here it is, ready?
Oh,
fucking Cagney Carnation, the first phase.
Oh my god. He was an honorable mention on mine. He'd be an honorable mention.
Wow, dude.
Explain it.
I remember when I first played it, I was just like, even Magic Hat was like, okay, stop with the fucking gauntlet, dude. He literally does it. Okay, he'll do that, and then he does that fucking awesome dance, you know, for like maybe a second or two, and then here we go, he does it again. And on expert mode, you know how there's no purple ones; they're all blue and pink drops. And he does it nearly nonstop until you get out of phase 1. That was a fucking nightmare. That was brutal. And that is why it's my number 4 on expert. Is Candy Carnation the first fucking phase. Once you get past the first phase,
he's not too bad.
It's not too bad. I like the boss fight. It's a fun boss fight, but
it is fun. I love the music. We'll talk about him in my favorites.
Oh God, fuck that first phase. And best time I got on him on expert S rank is like a minute 20. That's my best time.
That's pretty good, man. Next up for me, my number 4 for regular and expert. Regular is phase 3 of Calmaria.
Yeah, because you're stuck, and
the freaking little spike platformy thingies, and
it's like you have to plan ahead. Is if you see one of those, you have to plan ahead just in case she does that move, because if you get trapped and the spike wall's coming at you, you're taking a fucking hit.
Exactly. It's bad. Especially on keyboard, dude. It's like
Lucas is covering his nose. He just got done doing cocaine after doing the Royal Rumble preview.
No, I did not do cocaine.
No, goddamn you motherfucker! I put some extra cheese on my chicken bacon jalapeno pizza. I love the parmesan.
Chicken bacon jalapeno pizza.
I love the parmesan. I like extra cheese.
But anyway, though, Phase 3 of Calmaria is my number 4 for regular. My number 4 for expert is Phase 3 of Dr. Kyle's robot.
How is that not fucking higher?
Because of the other 3 are some of the hardest bosses on expert by far none.
No!
Well, here's the thing, though. If this was the pre-patch, it'd be my number 1. If it was pre-patch, it would be number 1.
Oh, because there were no things to parry.
Parryable. So there was nothing parryable in the first pre-patch.
I will give you that because that I did not know.
Yeah, because the first patch you were not able to parry anything. The newer patch, you are able to parry some of the bullets.
I'm so happy with. Yeah, I love the second patch, and they did such a good job. I know. Probably people like, oh, what about the
switch with kill speed running? But
well, not really. Look at the Mexican runner. He broke the fucking record again with like 24, didn't he?
I think all of his records were pre-patch. I think he did still do some post-patches as well.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, the weapon switch, because I did that in Gary and the.
I love that. I love that. I'm sorry, I love that. That was my favorite thing.
Dude, the roundabout and the dude. You saw me when I was doing the 2 videos with Gary, the World 1 and 2. I did it the day before the patch came out. That's why I like it. But I actually like that because it makes it too easy.
It's just like I love Dr. Kyle's robot, but with the parryable patches, like the parryable the bullets, it actually does make the fight a lot easier. It definitely does make it a lot easier. That's for sure.
It just allows you to hit them super bombs on him.
Exactly. Especially if you have coffee and that going on, it makes the fight really help. It definitely does help the fight. That's for sure.
I did a great time on him with the coffee. I did 1:40 with the S rank. That was the best time. You know what I did? I learned this. Wow. Okay. Don't use your super bomb on phase 1. Instead, as soon as his head's about to detect it takes off. Right when it takes off, use this 5-car super bomb and hit him right there.
Yeah, because it'll shorten that time for the.
Yep. I just learned that. I was just like, holy shit. You do have to deal with the magnet, but as long as you take care of all the other shit first, you can work your way through it. So, but yeah, 3. Wow, I cannot believe that's not higher.
That's why it's my number 4.
Okay. My number 3. Oh, God. My number 3. You remember when I told you when I did my top 5, if I had to redo my top 5 hardest? There's a reason why. You know why?
Why? Oh my God.
Fuck me, dude. Phase 1 of Wally Warbles. Now, phase 2 and 3. Phase 2 is not bad. And 3, I've learned some things here and there. Like if you shoot the missile, when you're hitting him in his ass, it does more damage because it's a long hitbox. Other than that, phase 1 of Wally Warbles on expert. Them motherfucking eggs, man. I swear to God. Because he shoots them so many times, just bleh, bleh, and they break up into multiple parts. Motherfuckers almost hit me every time. And he has a hell of a lot more HP in phase 1 as well.
Exactly.
He takes at least 2 supers.
It does.
Holy shit. 2 to 3 supers. He is brutal. That fucking cock.
Exactly.
That's what Gary said. He's like, hey, look, you're finding a giant cock.
Cool.
So yeah, Wally Warbles, phase 1 with the fucking eggs and when he's flapping his goddamn wings and the feathers come out you so fast. Yeah, that is my number 3. That was just brutal.
My number 3 on expert is phase 1 of Grim Matchstick.
I can understand that.
It is beyond fucking hard. for
The best.
the face. It makes it's the hardest thing on expert, like because the the rest of the fight isn't that bad, honestly.
I think the third phase is on. Like I said, the fireballs. They're the biggest bitch. It's the fireballs that causes me the S rank almost every time.
For me, it was always something on the first end until I got really good at it.
I used to use the auto parry, but I like using the coffee more, and I'll tell you why.
Because, much better, I think.
Well, here's the thing: it depends on where you're located, and you can do more. Like I said, you want to dish out as much damage as fast as possible.
Exactly.
Well, I still really like
Grim Matchstick overall, though. So that's one of my expert for 3.
He's a cool freaking boss, man. I love him, but god damn.
And then, you know, he appears again on my regular. He's my number 3 on regular for phase 3.
Is it the third phase?
Yep, on regular.
Yep, dude. When I was playing that video for Gary, you know, the 4-part, it was the last fucking phase that get me killed because of those fucking fireballs.
Exactly, the last phase on regular killed me so many goddamn times.
I can tell. You sound like you're dying.
Oh, God, I'm trying to get over this cold. I'm at the last bit of getting over this cold. But anyway, Grim Matchstick overall phase 3 killed me so many goddamn times until I finally beat it. I was like, yes!
Folks, someone turn that into a GIF.
Oh, God.
I didn't say a word there, man.
Grim Matchstick phase 3 for regular, and then Grim Matchstick phase 1 expert is my 3.
Okay, my number 2. You just mentioned. Okay, my number 2 and my number 1. Man, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. They could switch because I really don't know where to put what, but I decided to go with this because I look back and I'm just like, you know what? You're all right, Lucas?
I'm good. Yeah.
You made this face like you just ate something that tasted the wrong way. I told you she should have wiped her butt. Now, basically, goddamn you motherfucker, you.
Goddamn you motherfucker.
Okay, you're gonna be surprised. My number 2, phase 3, Dr. Cal's robot.
Wow. He actually is my regular phase 3 for regular. That's my number 2 as well.
Okay. Now, what makes him so difficult is this. Now, I kind of explained in the previous video, but first of all, number 1, he's the longest phase of the battle. Number 2, he's got tons of HP. It takes at least 2 to 3 super bombs. Number 3, he throws so many shards at you where the pattern's like a fan. You can parry them, but on expert, they come at you way faster. Number 4, number 5, this is what makes this brutal. The foreground can get in your fucking way, and the goddamn gates.
Fuck those goddamn gates.
Those gates, especially when you're trying to find a hole to try to get past the gate, and there's going to be a foreground that's going to be blocking your vision, and then all of a sudden here goes a little crystal, boom! You know, I'm like, fuck, you know? And you're trying to deal damage as well, and you can't shoot through the gates unless you have that missile. Add all those together, and the fact that he's fucking laughing at you nonstop.
Yep.
Oh, I wish I didn't say nothing because I would have been turned that into another fucking joke.
Oh, God damn it.
That's what, well, you know, that's what makes him one of the, I know I said it before, like, it's the hardest phase in the game and in the previous video, and it can't be, but I look back and I'm just like, it is, but however, I saved my number 1 for this number 1 because, so that is my number 2, phase 3. Dr. Cal's robot.
Number for regular for me, I beat phase 3 of Dr. Cal's robot pre-patch on keyboard.
Oh my god, fuck that shit, dude.
Yep.
That's like me trying to do a junior research project without able to use my fingers.
Exactly. You just use your knuckles like
Yeah, it looks like I'm playing bongos.
Bongos.
God damn it.
But yeah, that was why. Well, I did this pre-patch as well because there was no parryable ones, and it was insane how hard it was on regular.
I will say this on Dr. Cal's robot. I love the first phase is one of my favorite phases in the game.
It is great. I love
it. Even though it's hard, I love it. I think it's fair. Phase 2 could be a little tricky, but if you know like the super bomb trick right away, you can get past it really quick. That third motherfucking phase, man. God damn. Like as a whole, I think he's the hardest boss in the game. But
my number 2 for expert, it's phase 1 of War of the Warbles. Those fucking eggs, god damn it.
Dude, thank you. I'm so glad you have it high on the list like I do.
The eggs on those. And then pretty much the missiles. Those missiles could definitely get you too if you're not paying attention to it correctly.
They can't be a bad. You can tell that they're coming at you if the bird stops. But with the eggs, you don't know because they come in so fast. And when she shoots, or he or she, where the fuck it is, when it shoots out 3 in a row, and you got the goddamn birds coming after you too. Oh, it just makes everything a living hell.
It's insane.
Oh, it's fucking. Oh, what is it? Wally Wobbles.
It's he. Yeah, it's his dad, and then his son comes out.
Yeah, the little cock.
Yeah, the little cock.
I'm so happy you have that.
That's why it's my number 2 for expert.
Excellent.
Now, number 1.
Number 1. I have a tie, but it's the same boss.
I think I know what it is.
I'm the devil.
Oh, wow, I'm actually surprised.
The devil. It's phases 1. To me, this on expert, this is the hardest. One of the that in the third phase in Cal's robot. This is brutal. Holy shit! This is arguably the hardest boss to S rank because phase 1 and 3 are a nightmare. I can't choose which is worse because phase 1, he can hit you with so many things and fuck you up. And then phase 3, you got the 2 little shitheads on the side spitting shit. You got 3 rising platforms, and it's a bottomless pit, right? And then you got 3 bats that come swooping in at you. And you cannot hit one of the 2 because the hitbox is this giant head. So you have them, and you got a goddamn falling chip that falls on top of you all at once. Because there's 4 phases. Phases 1 and 3. And phase 1, he's got so many moves to hit you with. The clap, that could be bad when one of those little pink dildos come hitting you on the side.
God.
But the worst thing is when he summons the fireball, especially the 4 big globes, because on expert, they move so fast and they ricochet off the walls like crazy. That gets me hit almost every fucking time. So phases 1 and 3 of the devil is my number 1.
Wow. The devil would be an honorable mention on mine, but
I cannot believe that's not on your list.
I'll explain why. For the first, my expert number 1, phase 4 of Jimmy the Great.
You and Magic Cat have something in common. No, he hates phase 5. I'm sorry.
Phase 4 could be. Phase 4 for me is the hardest because of the freaking puppet and the hat moving at the exact same time. Which phase, you actually can predict a little bit of his pattern a little bit because he does shoot the thing, and you do have time to move around and not get the triangles.
But you got to get
you have to be precise.
And their bullets go faster too.
Yep, they go faster. Not only that, you also have the hat spitting out bullets while he's spitting out freaking giant parryable and non-parryable bullets at you. And that pretty much gets me almost every single fucking time.
I believe every 4th one
is a pink.
Yeah. Honorable mention could go to the first phase in Jimmy the Great because here's what I learned, okay? The one with the chest, I don't mind that. The one with the swords, I don't mind that. If he gives you the fucking cats, it's over.
Yep,
you're gonna die.
Fuck the cats.
Motherfuck them pussies.
Yeah, exactly.
The pussy cats.
Yeah, exactly. Screw them. They're garbage.
Dude, that is deplorable. For me, the hardest phase was it's between 1, 4, and 5.
They're all hard. Like 2 and 3 are not bad at all.
But if we ever do the top 5 most difficult bosses to S rank, yeah, Jimmy the Great is really high among my list because you want to know something? It took me 2 hours to S rank that motherfucker. Why? He's the most difficult because of the time. You want to talk about cutting it close? Like the best time I ever got on him is 1:56. And you're supposed to get him under 2 minutes just to get him. That's how brutal it was. But on video, I got 2:08, and it'll throw you a bone. It's like, I don't blame you for Jimmy the Great.
And then my number 1 for regular on keyboard, this was ridiculous. Rumor Honey Bombs Phase 2.
You know what? I'm surprised King Dice, the King Dice battle isn't number 1 on for regular.
Well, for me, I wanted to put, like, it was only one part of King Dice that really bothered me. Rumor Honey Bottoms, though, this is insane how bad it is. Especially with the parryable circles and triangles in regular, they're insane. An expert is a little bit easier because it only fires 1. In regular, fires 2.
Oh, you know, I haven't checked the chat in a while. There's my beauty. And Jose, hello, buddy. Jose is another fan of us and Austin and all them. So yeah, Phase 4, the fucking puppet. Yep. You know what? At least you put him out of his misery because, let's face it, he won't get eaten by a whale. Yeah, I should know. I can eat a whale.
Phase 2 Runner Honey Bombs, though,
that is fuck that.
Insane. Especially with the keyboard having to predict everything, actually predicting how it's going to be, the platforms are going to be, and how long it is compared to the final phase. That's why it's my number 1 on regular.
Okay, you know, sorry about that. Okay, I remember you said regular and expert. So you know what I did? I did a back-to-back fight on Rumor of the Bumblebee Bitch on regular and the Bumblebee Bitch on expert. I'm sorry, Lucas. The expert's way worse. Why? The security guard is the biggest dickhead.
Yeah, I will say Phase 1 for Rumor Honey Bombs on
1 and 3 are way worse. 2, the bullet. Hey Gary, bullet bills. The bullet bills fly faster, and what was the other one? It's okay. That one's a little bit difficult because of the pairing system, but 1 and 3 is so much worse. But yeah, 2 on regular, I can see where you're coming from because she summons more, but they're way slower. So yeah, but yeah, the second one is a fucking nightmare.
So now let's go into our top 5 favorite overall Cuphead bosses.
Yep, and I do have a couple honorable mentions. I don't know if you do. Okay, Candy Carnation.
Wow, I'm surprised it's not on your list.
You're just wait till you hear my list. You're gonna be like, Candy Carnation. What was the other one? Oh, here we go. Werner Werman.
Ooh.
That barely missed the mark. And Hildeberg.
Wow.
But you'll see why in a little bit. So those are my honorable mentions. Were there any more? I don't know if there are any more. Let me think. I think that just about does it. So there you go. Those are my honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions are the Phantom Express, Ribian Croaks. I know. They're very close.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a fucking photo of that, sons of bitches.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to definitely take a photo of that. Jimmy the Great, Wally Warbles, and the Devil.
Wow. That's the one fight I don't like because he kicks my ass.
Well,
he's so ruthless.
Well, here's the thing. I view the whole experience as the fight itself, the music, the atmosphere.
Not true.
And the amount of enjoyment you have in playing the level.
The way I judge it is who I love to go back and play over and over and over.
Exactly. Yep. That's how I view it too.
Alrighty.
So, starting off the list, I'll start off this time. Number 5.
Number 5.
Werner Werman.
Werner Werman. He would be my number 6.
I love this fight.
I do too.
What's the music in general so synced up perfectly?
AKA Tom and Jerry.
Yep. I love this fight. Just how well the music synced together, the fun of the fight, how well the twist is, and just everything in general with this fight's amazing. I just can't get enough of this fight. And I love listening to the music. It's great music. And that's why it's my number 5.
Man, I almost want to put it at number 5, but here's what I have at number 5. Now, the number 5. This boss on normal is fucking easy, really easy. Expert? No. Why do I like this? Because of the level of variety of what can dish out at you, and there's a lot of shit. My number 5 is Bluto, Captain Briny Beard.
Oh, here's another one I was giving my armor matches as well.
It was between that and Werner Werman. What separated it? Probably the first phase, because the first phase for Werner Werman is nowhere as strong as the second and third phase, especially the third phase. The third phase, I love that. That's one of my favorite phases in the game, actually. When you go up against Tom and Jerry.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It was like, when I first played, I was like, oh shit, the pussy ate the rat!
Exactly.
He's like, he's like, come here, you little bastard. And then you realize it's him the whole time. Spoiler alert. What a twist. Captain Briny Beard, he throws so much at you. And on Expert, holy shit, you have to pay attention to so much shit that comes at the screen. From whether he shoots that thing, that pink thing at you, it looks like he's jerking it off or some shit, to the goddamn barrel that floats above, to the shit that spits out the cannon, the cannonballs. The final phase. Another reason why I like this battle, I love parrying his laser. It's so much fun. It's like when I look, I'm like, all right, here we go. Hey, Lucas, what are you doing?
I'm right here. Don't worry.
What are you doing, Lucas?
I don't know why. I was for some reason.
What are you watching? What are you watching, you butt?
American Dad.
Oh, my fuck. Would you turn that shit off? Put it on mute. Quit watching that shit.
Oh, shit. I just hit my windowsill. Give me a second.
But yeah, when I'm a firing my laser. Blah,
I'm a firing my laser.
Dude, I realize you can parry that. Dude, I love parrying the fuck out of that thing.
Yeah, exactly. You can get at least 5 different parries out of it.
You can get up to 5. I think on normal, I think it goes out a little bit longer. And on normal, he shoots 3 instead of 2, but they're really slow. Wait, what the heck? Wait, do you have cancer? What the?
No, I don't. I'm just getting over a cold.
So that's my number 5, Captain Briny Beard. But Werner Werman was a close runner-up.
For me, now we're gonna get into number 4. Number 4 for me is one of your honorable mentions, Cagney Carnation.
Him doing that fucking
just love that fucking dance.
That's actually based off of that's actually another reference of a 30s, the 1930s cartoon.
It was, and it's amazing.
Yeah, the Moldenhauer brothers, man, they know their shit, man. They're huge fans.
They do know their shit, and it's incredible. I do love this fight. The music in this fight is incredible. Some of the best music in the entire game. I love listening to this track. It's also part of it's using the Devil's track as well. If you do it actually is using part of the Devil's soundtrack, the first phase's soundtrack. So yeah, I love Cagney Carnation as a general. The fight, especially the Super Saiyan transformation too.
Like when he gets all pissed off, a lot of people use that as like, oh, he's getting mad or trigger. I'm like, oh shit,
he's getting triggered. Like I've seen the trigger ones,
but because everything in this game is pretty much hand drawn. How he does that transformation is so fucking sweet.
It's amazing, and he turns into a Super Saiyan, starts spinning up vines and spinning out wheels and stuff.
And when you get hit by the wheels, your screen gets all fuzzy and everything.
Yeah, exactly. That was a new patch. That was part of the new
I like that. That was pretty sweit.
I love that. And that's why it's my number 4.
My number 4 is one that it's an honorable mention. Why do I like this? Because it's, like I said, there's so much variety in this fight alone. The Phantom Express.
Ooh, this is another great fight.
Now, excuse me. The best weapons to use against him, for me, number one, for phase one, the roundabout.
Yep.
The roundabout is the best thing. And for phases 2, 3, and 4, a lot of people use the chaser on 4. I like using the charge on him.
I like using the chaser on the last part and the charge on the second and third phase.
But the reason why I use the charge on the last phase, because I do this. I get my charge ready, I parry his tail, and then I fire, and then I shoot the beam, the Shinku Hadouken, or the Kamehameha, and then it takes 2 charge shots. Gone. You can take them out really fast. It's like a combo. So, and probably the cheapest one is phase 2.
The freaking skeleton, spooky, scary skeleton.
Yeah, Boner Man from Castlevania.
Oh my god! Now I know that.
Yeah, that'll be my number 4. The Phantom Express. So much fun.
Number 3, Grim Matchstick. I just love how derpy the dragon looks, but I just love dragons in general. So having him in my favorites list is definitely gonna be obvious.
You know what? The best is like when you beat the game and all but 2 bosses are missing. If you look at the end of the game,
yeah,
it's the Root Pack, one of them, and the Root Pack, one of them, and the Blue Balls, Goopy, Gary Goopy. But, and you see the dragon, he's just sitting there like,
It's pretty amazing to say the least. I do love.
He's he's one of my favorite characters per se. I like his character.
Exactly. I love the design. I love this. Just love the difficulty of the boss.
Oh, he's one of the most difficult bosses in the game.
Huh?
He's one of the most difficult bosses in the game.
Exactly, he is, and it's amazing.
Hard. He's my number 3 overall. He's brutal.
I just love Grim Matchstick. Love his music. Love his fight in general, both expert and regular. And that's why he's my.
All right. My number 3 is your Squeeze.
The Squeeze?
Yahoo! Carla Maria.
Oh.
Despite how cheap the RNG can be, another reason why I like this boss fight, it's probably my favorite aerial boss fight in the game.
I can definitely one. It's definitely my number 2 favorite. That's my number 1 a little bit. But.
Yeah. Why do I like this boss so much? Like I said, the first sequence, because she has 3 or 4 different attacks and 3 other attacks she does afterwards, and which one are you going to get? It's different every single time. So the random number generator of that makes that fight alone so much fun because, you know, it's the element of surprise. That's one thing. Phase 2 is pretty cool. The only thing is like when you get frozen and a fucking pellet hits you right away. It's like you don't even have time to shake out of the way. That is fucking cheap. With phase 3, however, you know, you can kind of prevent the gears from hitting you, you know, like planning ahead, but phase 2, you can't. That is a big fuck you. I was just like, oh, come on now. Otherwise, fun boss battle. And, oh, man, I got 2 words. Rule 34.
Of course.
Or is that 3 words? Rule 34.
No. Well, 34 is one. Well, technically, 34 is a number.
So. Yeah, technically, yeah. It's a number. You know, I'm bad with numbers.
Yeah, I'm good with numbers, actually.
I stepped on the scale. I said I weigh 220. Like, that's not true. That's 90 kilograms.
Oh, my God.
If you weigh 220 kilograms, oh my god, that's like 480 pounds.
It's like 400 pounds.
It's 220, okay, 220, 440. It's 460, 470 because it's 2.2. Why are we talking about fucking weights?
I don't know. We're talking about something.
Yeah, weights. I want to slam my heavy nuts on that fin of hers. I'll make her my little mermaid, and we'll be singing "Under the Sea, Life Will Be Free."
Oh my god.
You know, it's funny. Yeah, there's Ariel, and remember the fucking lobster and that His Parallels when he's like, dude, he's the worst goddamn character in that level. I was like, that's Sebastian.
Wow.
Lucas, quit fucking watching American.
No,
American
I wasn't.
poop.
I wasn't watching. I'm just like. I'm just
You're
thinking
looking. You're just like.
34.
You're just like. He's like.
No, I'm just thinking the Rule 34 Cal Maria stuff.
I gotta look up some SFM on her, man. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
I can just see King Dice plowing her. I'm Mr. King Dice.
Mr. King Dice. So yeah, that's why it's my. Actually, speaking of him, he's my number 2 favorite boss battle.
Wait, you skipped. Really?
Yep, he's my number 2. Dude, I just love in general how great this fight is. This fight is incredible. I just love the music, his character in general.
What was your number 3 again?
Grimmetchic.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got lost. Yeah, and I had a dumbass attack. Oh, so
I love King Dice in general. He's my favorite, probably one of my favorite characters. He's incredible. The design's amazing. I want to dress up as him at 1 year Halloween.
Well, you do have the square head for it.
Yeah. Fuck you, Romeo. I do
Just
not
paint
have
your
a square
nose
head.
purple. You're good to go.
It's only motherfucker.
You got the mustache going and everything.
Oh my god. Dude, he is amazing. I love King Dice in general, man. He's such a great boss battle. And when you finally beat him, the reward is amazing. That's for sure. Especially when I was playing him on keyboard. I loved this fight from beginning to end. The music's great. The fight itself's great. The mechanics are great. That's why it's my number 2.
When it comes to that, okay, when you watch people's reaction, when they finally get to the final boss, their first reaction when they fight him, they're like, are you fucking kidding me? I gotta parry all those goddamn... Dude, it is the fun. And when they realize they have to start all over.
That is probably one of the greatest things ever.
The best time I ever gotten on King Dice, I did it earlier today. On Expert S mode, 3 minutes and 17 seconds.
Wow.
Don't fight 6 or 9. That's all I gotta say.
I know. Don't fight 6 or 9.
Yeah, fuck them two bosses. My number 2 is probably it's my second favorite music in the game. It's a tribute to one of my favorite NES games of all time. And it's just so much fun. I love the background design and you know what's funny? They wear, and you know, it reminds me of 2 people, you and Joe. My number 2 is Ribby and Croaks.
Oh, god damn it.
Remember, you're Croaks. You're the tall, big one.
Bro.
You're the brown, wait, are they toads or frogs?
I think they're toads.
No, they're toads because of their, yeah. You know what's funny? Think about this. They're wearing boxing gloves. Like, yeah, cool, come on. They never throw a fucking punch.
I know.
Think about it. And, you know, the tall one spits out them fireflies and he turns into a goddamn airplane.
The fan, the giant ass fan.
I love this fight. And the third phase, despite how brutally difficult it is, like I said, just like Carl and Maria, it's an element of surprise. And I love the music to this. Oh, it's just so good. It's my favorite boss in World 1. That's the one I go to over and over and over. So yeah, that's my number 2 is Ribby and Croaks, or as Gary says, Ribby and Croaks.
And finally, I think you guys all know my number 1. It's kind of obvious, isn't it?
No.
Cal Maria. Let's be honest here. It's Cal Maria.
Yeah, it's great material for me to unleash my fury.
Oh my god, I love Cal Maria. I'm sorry. Cal Maria in general is just perfect. Just love the body. Just love how great this boss battle is.
I would penetrate her with my trident.
Oh my god. I just love how great Cal Maria is. Just the boss battle in general. How great the fight is. How great the music is. I just love all of it.
You know what? I wouldn't be
And the rule
Hold on.
34.
No, hold on. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a lesbian scene between Baroness von Bonbon, Hildeberg, and Calmaria.
Oh my god. No, replace Hildeberg with the Gemini, the Cloud Twin.
Well, hey, Hildeberg, she can make that nose extend.
Oh my god. Don't even remind me. The Calmaria, though, is just beautiful in general. Just how great the fight is, how she looks, the design.
You knows how to move. Man, them hips don't lie, man. She knows how to move them hips.
Those hips are amazing. What I was going to say is also, that was also my theme for the end of my best of videos this year. The boss theme, part of the boss theme was my theme.
Dude, when I was listening to it, I even said in the chat, I was like, I know the reference right away.
Yep. It's amazing. I love it. In general, Calmaria is.
Every time I hear that, oh, sorry, I had to pray. I just pre-com. I gotta wipe myself off.
Oh my god! But anyway, Calmaria is just that damn amazing. That's why it's my number one.
I hope put Bob the Builder and Bofa on the sofa references. Man, a lot of shit from episode 88. Because that's where they originate from, the Bob the Builder and the Bofa on the sofa from the Dr. Seuss. Because with Gary.
Yeah, that was amazing.
What do you think my number one is?
The Devil.
This is a fight, people either love it or hate it. And it's the fight that I have spent the most time on replaying over and over and over. And I don't think I've seen another video do this where you go up against every boss and the end to get the S rank. My number one is King Dice.
Yes. I was close though. I love that pick though.
Number one. He's got the best music in the game, especially his own theme.
Ah, Mr. King Dice, I'm the greatest in the land.
That song is awesome. Number two, I think he's one of the coolest looking characters. Number three, he's probably my favorite character. Wait. Oh yeah. Number three, he's one of the coolest looking characters, in the game. Four, he is the most strategic, he has the most variety, and he has so much to offer in general because it's not because it's 9 mini bosses and the main boss. And on my Facebook channel, I have done it to where I went up against every, in order, all 9 bosses and King Dice and get the S rank.
It's pretty incredible.
Yep. And, pairing the dice, the best way to do it, what number? Okay, let's say you wanted a 2. So, it's spinning 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then when you see 2, as soon as that disappears and you see the 3, do a full jump and parry. You'll hit your number every time. Also, when you parry the cards, here's something also I learned. Now, I kind of explained this in the last video, but hear me out here. Now, the first thing you want to pay attention when you see the cards, if the card, the pink card, the ace, if it's the second card on expert, you will have to do it. You don't have to jump and dash to it. Okay. And because you will need to do that dash later on. It's like the cards are random, yet they're not, if that makes any sense. If the card is number 3, you can jump and dash, but there is another gap that you will have to jump and dash. So what you do, just use a card super, because when you're doing the animation, you look stoned as fuck right now.
No, I'm just thinking of the Rule 34 stuff.
You're looking that shit up, aren't you? You handsome bastard. No, don't worry. I'll send you some after the show is over. When you see the third card, you can jump to it, but it's too risky. Just jump, dash, and then parry. And then when you see that gap, just use your 1 card super. And then land on it. If it's the 4th card, you got to jump and dash no matter what, but you won't have to jump and dash later. it depends on what if it's cards 2, 3, and 4 will determine which pink cards will you have to parry and how they're laid out. So there's a lot of strategic to it. A lot of people, I thought it was random at first, but I'm like, no, it's not. You know? And when you beat King Dice, he makes the funniest song. He's like, ah!
Yeah, it's like, and then his hands are like. I
was like, dude, that sounds like Lucas when he busted ours. Ah! Or the honeybee.
Oh God.
Or the security guard. Oi, 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 oi.
Oi, 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 oi.
Speaking of that, when it comes to the hardest phases, I was thinking about putting Hildeberg the third phase, but I noticed something. The spaceships. Yeah. I thought they were random. They're not. Okay. If a spaceship is red, his beam's gonna shoot. It's gonna be late on the beam. If you see a brown shit, he's gonna shoot early.
Brown shit.
Brown ship.
You said brown shit.
Yeah, like the balloons. Thank you, Magic Cat.
Oh God.
Oh man. But yeah, the brown ship, they shoot early. So pay attention to what color they are, and you'll get past that no problem. Because before I had the worst, I was like guessing, and then when I realized, I was like, they're color coordinated. I just realized that not to. Okay, I'm taking 2 more pictures.
God damn it.
So yeah, my number 1 is King Dice, dude. And if you want to check out that video, yes, I did the A+ version and I did the S ranking with Shane and Gary on a call, and I actually did it. And I was just like, yes, because depending on how many bosses you face, you can still get an S rank. So that is my number 1, my favorite, King Dice. Love King Dice.
That is awesome. And that is our video, guys. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Talking about Cuphead, probably one of my favorite games in the entire decade.
Yep, same here. I love it. Like I said, it's a tribute to all the great games I grew up with, and it's just awesome. And that is, you should frame that shit, man.
I want to. This is amazing.
And
this is fucking amazing.
That is sweet. And coming up next, if Lucas ever gets a chance to complete it,
all of them, which will take some time, but
the most difficult S rank. Ooh, and yeah, I already have mine ready, and that is sweet. Now, you're probably thinking, well, if you had the most difficult bosses here, then why do you have the S rank? Remember, getting an S rank and being the boss in general
are two different things.
Are 2 different things, because to get the S rank, you have to beat it under 2 minutes, except for King Dice, because it depends how many bosses you go up against, and the devil's a little bit different too. God damn it, Lucas, go watching that shit. You gotta get 3 parries. You can't get hit once unless you use the heart or the twin heart charm. You have to have 3 out of 3 HP. You got to use 6 of your super cards, and you got to beat the level in fashion.
Under 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, that's the time duration. But you can get like 205, 206, up to 209. 210, it won't count. 209 and lower, it will throw you a bone and give you as long as you gold the other ones. So, yeah, and when he does that, I had to watch an hour of that fucking giant pussy laughing.
Oh, God.
So, I think that pretty much does it, right, Lukey?
That does it.
Okay, once again, thank you so much for everybody in the chat, and LC Muscles for doing another video of Cuphead. Stay tuned for more videos of Cuphead to come. In the meantime, stay tuned, and once again, motherfuck the devil and his goddamn first and third phase, because you might as well shove that picture up your butt, because you're getting ass fucked. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to try to look up that freaking, that triangle lesbian porn starring Bonbon, Hildeberg, and of course, the most hottest fish known to man. I would not dare to throw back in the water. Call her Maria.
Oh, God.